Hi, my name is Jesus Vasquez, and right now I am on my way to meet one of the front desk agents at a hotel which is located 30 minutes away from home. I will ask her a few questions about the protocols and guidelines that the hotel is taking in order to prevent the spread of COVID 19. Good afternoon, Lisa. Thank you very much for giving me the chance to do this interview. It's very important for me. What are the steps that the front desk department is taking in order to ensure the safety and the health of the staff and the guests?
Well, good afternoon, Jesus. It's a pleasure to be able to assist you in getting this project done. So you could get a little bit more of an understanding of the procedures we have decided to take to ensure that it is safe not only for our guests but our staff alike. All right. So let me first let you know that was our requirement before opening for all staff to conduct their COVID-19 tests. Even though the results that came back from the public hospital here on Cayman Islands did indicate that all our staff is negative. We do highly recommend that anyone with emitting symptoms, whether mild or severe, stay home, or even if they might suspect they might be infected or a contact of an infected person, we do recommend that they stay home. The government has provided strict guidelines to be followed by the general public to reduce any further spread. However, we see it necessary to add extra precautions given the nature of our business and its potential to become a viral playground. For example, we do promote highly sanitized common area and protection of highly social staff. This being before interacting with any guest at the front desk, a member is responsible to sanitize their area. So that includes the counters, phones, pens, countertops, etc. All front desk staff are required to wear masks and gloves as it becomes a part of the uniform. You can't enter the desk without it, you can't enter the lobby without it. Sanitizing of hand is as often as possible is also promoted, as well as washing at any opportunity that presents. We do recommend washing hands. All right. We also do provide plexiglass, which is placed on our countertops. Now it acts as a barrier, sneeze guarding, to prevent droplets from transferring, whether it be from the agent or the guest in front. Common area bathrooms are now being monitored for frequent cleansing. Sanitizers are being provided at every entrance to public areas. So even if a person does not have one on their person, one is also provided. And masks are also available upon request. Alright, so we've also modified check-in procedures to reduce interaction and exchange. Whereas before, all members of our party were expected to enter the lobby for a check-in procedure, it has now been reduced to just one member. So this has resulted in a reduction of the check-in time.
So if we are 5 people, only one person is allowed to come into the lobby and check in?
That is correct. So we're trying to reduce the amount of persons that an agent would have been able to interact with in a day to just one. And it's easier to sanitize an area if the person was just interacting with one, versus having 5 persons interact with one agent at any time and having that agent having to track what that person was doing in the time that they were spent with the person.
That's great. That's great. I actually hear some hotels also on the island. What they are doing is they are not allowing people or customers to check in for one night. They have a minimum nights requirement of a minimum of nights, which is 2 nights, which makes sense because by doing that they also reduce the contact between their employees and the customers.
That's right, and it does safeguard housekeeping. Housekeepers going in less, because if you do a 2-night stay, for example, housekeepers would expect to go in to do a light clean versus just doing at the end of the stay. Then the housekeeper would just do one clean for one general area
Okay.
versus having to go in and out of units per
Okay.
day. Right? We also have implemented digital and self-service platforms. So this includes creating QR codes to allow guests to access all the general information from their cell phone. So we no longer have menus provided in the restaurants. There is a code for that. Anything that would generally be passed from one guest to the other, we now create QR codes so they can have their spa menu right on the phone, dinner menus right on their phone, general information on the property right there, etc. Alright? We've also marked the floors to ensure the 6 feet rule is observed at all times, and it's also mandatory for anyone entering the lobby or the restaurants to be wearing a mask.
Okay. My last question is actually is more than a question, it's a request. Would you be able to show me some of the specific hygiene measures that you guys are using to prevent the spread of the virus?
Of course, sure. You can take a walk.
All right, perfect. Let's go.
Right.